Hi, I'm Chris Lutes, and this is my weekly flip. Start with that David Mazzikeli Catwoman piece. I actually owned a smaller Catwoman bust by Mazzikeli, but the chance came up recently to upgrade to a bigger 11 by 17 full figure piece. I had to jump on it. Mazzikeli is one of my favorite cartoonists. This is an unpublished Tomb of Dracula magazine pencil page by Gene Colan. I have a published Tomb of Dracula page, but the chance to see Gene's raw pencils and Dracula sword fighting are too good to pass up. I think one quality you hear about Gene's work all the time is that his inkers had such a difficult time interpreting his pencils. That kind of gives you the false impression that maybe they're really loose or just breakdowns, but as you can see, very tight pencils that have all the information there for you. Lots of great dramatic black and white and cool angles. This is a Man from Atlantis page by Frank Robbins. Really like the chase scene in this page. Lots of cool directional storytelling. We've got a Frank Quitely Jupiter's Legacy page. I'm just going to poke my finger in here so you can see the scale. How much detail he's packing into a spot as big as a fingernail is incredible. We've got this super detailed city shot that looks like a Will Eisner homage to me. This is a Darwin Cook cover rough for The Fox. The final version of the cover was a digital painting, so this might be the only original for that cover. We've got a Chris Samnee Daredevil commission, the Chris Samnee Captain America page from his run with Mark Waid. I was very happy to get a page from this book. Chris rarely sells his original pages, so I was very happy to snag one on eBay when he was letting some go. We've got a John Paul Leon Batman commission, the John Paul Leon Batman Incorporated page. This Batman Incorporated page is actually physically heavier than my other pages because of how much ink is on it. Very cool. We have a Goran Parloff Fury Max page and a page from an Italian comics magazine by Alberto Brescia. Lots of cool stuff going on in this page, but I was particularly drawn to this final panel. It's a very cool cinematic shot of Fury and his allies looking over some of the fallout from the battle they were in. And Alberto Brescia, I had to get a page from him. He's an innovative storyteller, but also has a reputation for really innovative mark making on the page, using every tool he can, including drawing with razor blades. This page has a bonus on the back. They actually hand painted the printed color for the page straight on the back of the artwork. Pretty unusual. We have a James Herron Rumble page, and a Sean Phillips page from Criminal. This is my favorite Criminal storyline. It's called Bad Weekend, about an older cartoonist who's trying to pull off a robbery at Comic-Con. The cartoonist is kind of an amalgamation of Alex Toth and Gil Kane. A very, very fun story to read if you're into comics history or collecting comic book art. Here we have 2 pages from Spider-Man 2099 by the great team of Rick Leonardi and Al Williamson. I think Williamson is the perfect inker for Rick Leonardi. These are 2 consecutive pages from Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses by David Lapham. Some of the best crime fiction you can get a hold of. These are the very first published comic pages I ever purchased. Got Foot Soldiers page from Phil Hester and a page from Phil's creator-owned book, The Wretch. Features a lot of great emotional storytelling and black and white page design in this story. Phil doesn't like to let go of Wretch pages, so I'm happy to have this one. The next couple of pages are themed from a Fourth World tribute collection. We have a Jack Kirby portrait by Michael Cho. And this piece is a commission from Russian artist Artem Trakhanov. This was going to be a recreation of a panel from New Gods that introduces the character Steppenwolf. But Artem broke the single panel up into a couple of panels to create a full page. Did all the lettering of the dialogue and everything. A lot of artists can kind of reverse engineer the magic they're doing on the page, but with Artem, his style is so unique, I just have no idea his thought process, but very cool. We have a Etrigan the Demon commission by Kevin Nolan and a Mr. Miracle by Steve Rood. This demon piece in particular was difficult to get. Was at a convention in Long Beach, California. It was the first time Kevin Nolan had been on the West Coast in quite a while. And I believe I got to the show about 3 hours early. And I still wasn't the first person in line for his commission list. We've got Orion by Scott Hepburn and Metron by Paul Azaceta. This Scott Hepburn piece is only 9 by 12, but he really packed in the detail, including Orion running down a few parademons in the background there. We've got Forager by Nick Darrington and Big Barda by Mike Hawthorne. A couple of pieces from Gabriel Hardman, Toshiro Mifune from Yojimbo, and Gonzo as Charles Dickens from Muppet Christmas Carol. That was from a convention appearance where Gabriel Hardman would only do commissions of Muppets, which is a pretty funny idea. And this is a Paul Pope cover rough for the Fox. I'm a huge Alex Toth fan, so very cool to see artists like Darwin Cook and Paul Pope do their take on a Toth creation like the Fox. Mike Waringo Flash and Tony Salmon's Creeper. This Flash sketch is actually the very first piece of comic art I ever got. I was at the first comic convention I attended, and Ringo had a huge signing line. And I was a little too young to know, probably wasn't the best time to ask him for a sketch, but he was super kind and super gracious and did this really amazing flash sketch for me. So that's definitely a black hole piece for me. And then we'll finish it off with a couple of Alex Toth pieces. We've got a model sheet, 2 dapper alien gentlemen from Birdman, and a Super Friends storyboard page. I was particularly happy to get this storyboard page because it has such a great variety of shots and camera moves on it. Very cool to see. We've got a great horizontal pan across the top, and then an over-the-shoulder shot of Aquaman coming out of the water, and then you got a very cool 2-shot of Aquaman and Apache Chief, and a great zoom in at the bottom there, and all of that awesome Toth lettering. So that's my weekly flip. Thanks for looking along.